The best lifters, they all do this. And the best ones that I've worked with, Olympians, CrossFit Games athletes, and even everyday lifters that stay injury-free for years. They all have one thing in common. They warm up with purpose, not just stretches, a system. Because strength without mobility is like horsepower without control. You don't need 30 minutes of prep or fancy tools. You just need the right drills done consistently. Today, I'm going to be showing you 2 drills that's going to allow your body to get into better positions and allow your joints to move more freely. But first, what is mobility and why is it important? My definition of mobility is strength plus stability through a full range of motion. And the secret to great mobility is making sure all 3 pillars are covered: strength, stability, and range of motion. So when it comes to strength, this is ensuring your body can withstand the forces of Olympic weightlifting and physically hold the load that's given to you. And if you don't have strength in those deep positions, the bar is going to end up crushing you. Doesn't matter how flexible you are. Stability, this is about being able to control said load through the range of motion that you're working through. So think of it like a controlled descent into a snatch catch, or being able to hold the bar steady in the catch position for a jerk. Because if you don't have stability, you're going to lose balance, you're going to fall, and you're going to fail. So when it comes to range of motion, we're referring to the body's ability to have the flexibility through the muscles to be able to get into the positions that are required of, and range of motion in the joints. For example, having good range of motion in the ankle allows us to be able to sit upright in the bottom position of a squat. Good range of motion in the shoulders allows us to achieve a good lockout position, opposed to this. And hips that allow you to sit deep in the bottom position, like so. Without range of motion, your stability and strength becomes useless. And if one of these is missing, you're gonna struggle big time. Now you're probably thinking that's a lot of things that you need to work on, but you'll be mistaken. You can actually do exercises that will test, strengthen, and improve all 3 things at once. Now we have 140 exercises that we utilize at the Mobility Manual, but today I'm going to be showing you just 2 that I love. We're going to be starting with the duck walk. Now this is always one that people look at me and think, mate, absolutely no chance I'm going to be able to do that. But you'll be surprised how quickly you can progress following these 3 levels. So let's start with the level 1. Now for level 1, what you're going to do is you're going to link your fingers behind your head like so. So we're simulating front rack position for a clean, for example. You're going to take your feet just outside shoulder width and you're going to go down to your best bottom squat position. Now, don't worry if it's high for the moment. Just really endeavor to try and keep elbows up and that spine as neutral as possible. You also want to see your feet staying flat on the floor. Now, to begin the duck walk, you're going to take knee over toe, let the heel pop up, and then you're going to take your first step. Don't step too far. What I want you to focus on is keeping the knee up off the floor, letting the hip sit down, and then you're going to track knee over toe again. So we're working on that ankle dorsiflexion. Try and keep the eyes up while you're moving through this motion. And even if you can only take 2 or 3 steps before you get tired, stand up, shake the legs out, and then go again. I want you to accumulate 30 meters in total. Once you start to become more competent with the movement, the lower body will start moving without the upper body doing anything, and that is the key to mastering overhead mobility. Level 2, what you're going to do this time is you're going to use a plate. Now the plate is going to help counterbalance you, but it's also going to help you keep that chest upright. What I want you to think about is driving your head back towards the plate to encourage those elbows staying up. And again, you'll go down into your bottom position and perform the exact same movement, focusing on keeping that chest upright as best you can as you're moving forward. Keep the width of your feet the same width as your shoulders. I don't want to see the feet coming across or the knees collapsing like so. Remember, we're mobilizing the hips just as much as we are the ankles too. And finally, level 3. For this one, you're going to put the flats of the hands underneath the plate. So we're going to be now incorporating the overhead mobility. Try and let the plate sink back behind the head, like so. And then from here, you'll go down into your bottom squat position. Again, go down to where it's comfortable for you. Just focus on keeping those arms straight. And then you're going to need to be a little bit slower now as you progress through the duck walk, keeping that torso upright. That, my friend, is one of my favorite full body mobility exercises. Yeah, you might look a little bit silly doing it to start with, but when you see how this transfers over to smashing bottom positions underneath the bar, everybody loves it. Now, this one may seem obvious. You're going to be doing a barbell flow, but you'd be surprised how many people don't actually use a barbell to mobilize the positions that are required of them when snatching. So I'm going to be taking you guys through a nice simple flow that you can do. We're utilizing specific exercises for the snatch to help you warm up. You're going to start off with behind neck press in snatch grip. So what I'm focusing on is having the exact same grip that I would do when I'm snatching. I'm pressing into my overhead locked out position, and then I'm lowering the bar down under control. It's really important that you do that. You're then going to press back into your next rep. What I'm focusing on doing is staying externally rotated through the shoulder here, letting my wrist sit back, and then controlling the bar back down, keeping my elbows directly underneath the bar. We're now going to move on to the snatch grip overhead squat. Again, we're making sure the bar stays over the crown of the head, arms are locked out, feet are in my receiving position for the snatch. I'm making sure I'm controlling myself down into the bottom position, feeling the stretch in the bottom of the squat, and then standing up, keeping the torso upright. Again, just work through a range of motion that's comfortable for you. And over the period of the sets that you'll do on this barbell flow, you'll find you'll be able to get deeper and deeper. The key is feeling the stretch in the bottom position and utilizing the legs to stand up under control. Now, the final move for this is probably the most challenging. It's the SOTS press. So go down into the bottom of your squat in your snatch grip. From here, we're going to press into the overhead position and then control again the descent. What you may find is that it's challenging to press from the bottom of your squat at the moment. So come up a little bit higher. Wherever you find that you can press comfortably from over the periods of the sets that you do, again, you're going to be able to get deeper and deeper whilst controlling the full range of motion. Now, what I want you to do is repeat this flow 3 times. You'll start off with your 5 presses behind neck. You'll then do your 5 overhead squats, and then you'll do your 5 SOTS presses without resting. Remember, you don't need to load on this exercise. The key is control and stretching out the positions that we need to be in when doing this exercise. You'll find over the period of the 3 sets, the form will get better, your shoulders will light up, and you'll start sweating. And this will put you in the perfect position then to start mastering the key positions of the snatch and the clean and jerk. Now, yes, the exercises that I showed you today were extremely intense, but remember, weightlifting is one of the most demanding technical sports in the world, and especially demanding from a position standpoint, which is why the intensity of the mobility exercises that you do has to reflect the intensity of that given exercise. So do one thing for me, start doing these exercises consistently and you'll finally stop fighting your body underneath the barbell. Spend the time at the start of this journey in you mastering Olympic weightlifting, and you will finally unlock what your true potential is. I don't want to see any more people getting held back by something that is really quite simple if you follow these principles to improve. And if you want warm-ups and drills specifically like this laid out for you, specific to your own weaknesses, this is exactly what we do in our one-to-one programming. We'll understand exactly where your limitations lie, give you the specific exercises for your sports practice so you can start fast-tracking your results. I'll pop the link below here if you can find out more. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.